One of the most common questions our team has asked is this: how much should we tip the catering staff, delivery people, DJ? Do we tip photographers, florists, all things related to tips? I'm gonna tell you exactly who to tip, how much, and when. I'm Adrienne, wedding coordinator and founder of Uncommon Camellia Weddings. If you are planning your own wedding, this channel has all the tips and support you'll need. Please subscribe. Of course, this can be a touchy subject because it's so subjective. Beyond the who, how much, and when, at the end, I'll tell you some tips on how your tips can make the biggest impact. I'm also going to tell you how to organize all these tips so they get to the right people. I have some suggestions for how to make this quick and easy, but still meaningful to the people you're tipping. Here's how this will go. I'll tell you the type of wedding professional, how common it is to tip them, and a range for how much you should tip, and when to hand it over. To organize, you'll need the following items: a pack of sticky notes, a pen, 20 to 30 small envelopes, and 4 9x6 envelopes. We'll start with the tips that you'll distribute on wedding day. For each of these tips, you need to do 3 things. Use a sticky note to write a quick thank you and sign your name to it. I don't suggest writing a full thank you card for each of these tips. A sticky note is enough personalization to let them know, hey, I appreciate you, and they know who it's from. Put your sticky note on your cash and stuff it in your smaller envelope. Voila. Seal it. Put too much. Write who it's for, and then put it in your bigger envelope for organization. I'll go through what envelopes you need. The first tip you'll give is for GLAM. For hair and makeup professionals, it is common to tip 15 to 20% after completion of service. If you're footing the bill for your entire bridal party, you can choose to handle the entire tip. Another option is to tell your wedding party, I'll pay hair and makeup, but you guys handle tipping the stylist and artist. If everyone is paying for their own services, then just worry about the tip for your own services. But be clear with your wedding party so that they know how much money to have set aside for this. Take a sticky, write a little note of thanks, sign your name, attach it to the cash, put this tip in its own separate envelope, seal it, specify who it goes to, and then store it in your bag that you'll have with you while getting ready. Sticky, sign, stuff, seal, specify, store. Super! Now we go through the people you may tip after your ceremony. Use one of your 9x6 envelopes to store all the post-ceremony tips in one place. Label it ceremony. Here's the list of who you'll need to tip. If you have altar servers, they are commonly tipped $10 to $20 per server immediately following the ceremony. If your officiant is volunteering his or her time, it's common to tip $100 to $125, also given right after the ceremony. If you hired the officiant, sometimes you may tip. If so, consider tipping 15% of the service fee immediately following the ceremony. If you have a volunteer church coordinator, it's common to tip around $100 immediately after the ceremony. Ceremony musicians are sometimes tipped, usually in the range of $20 to $50 per musician. To organize, make a sticky for each vendor, sign it, put the money in the envelope, seal it, label it, and store it in your ceremony's 9x6 envelope. Sticky, sign, stuff, seal, specify, store. Now we need a 9x6 for delivery people. Label it deliveries. This envelope will go to whomever is handling deliveries at your venues. You may want to consider the following tips. Bakery delivery person, pretty common to do that, $5 to $10 per person upon delivery. Same for floral delivery person, rental delivery persons. Make a sticky note for each person, sign it, stuff it in a small envelope, seal it, specify who it's for, store it in the 9x6 envelope labeled deliveries. Sticky, sign, stuff, seal, specify, store. Now get another 9x6 envelope and label it reception. The next few service providers may need to be tipped at the ceremony or the reception. Plan ahead and get the tips into the correct larger envelope before the wedding day. Your drivers are commonly tipped at $20 per driver, distributed after the last ride. That's in addition to the 15% overall transportation tip that's likely included on your bill. If the last ride ends at the ceremony, place that money in the ceremony envelope. If the last ride happens at the reception, put it in your reception envelope. Police escorts are sometimes tipped around $20 per officer after completion of services. Same thing for security. For security or police, sticky, sign, stuff, seal, specify, and store in either the ceremony or reception. Now we're going to talk about reception service providers. Each person who will be tipped needs their own small envelope. Use the sticky note, sign it, stuff it, seal it, specify, and store. For your band, it's common to tip $20 to $50 per musician, $25 to $150 for the band leader, or for a DJ. For the bartender, 15 to 20% of the pre-sales tax tab. And you want to tip that after completion of services. Often that's included in the bill, like for the caterer as well, 15% of the pre-tax tab. I asked one of our New Orleans catering companies how much people usually tip them. They said most clients pay the percentage on the tab only. But when they do tip extra, the easiest way is to give the tip to the event manager, who will split or share the tip amongst the staff. At that venue, bartenders leave out tip jars during the event. At the end of the wedding, the event manager will split the money between them. The caterer also said that many clients do tip the couple's attendant and the event manager or banquet captain separately, usually anywhere between $40 and $100. Other reception tips include your coat room attendant, pretty common to tip, $20 to $100. Restroom attendant, $20 to $100. Second line band, pretty common, $20 to $50 per musician. Specialty entertainment, also common, $20 to $50 per entertainer. All of those were after the completion of services. Like we said before, for transportation, it's 15% of the bill, and that's paid beforehand. For your valet, you're looking at $2 per car. Venue coordinator, $20 to $100 after the service is complete. Take all your small envelopes, put that sticky note on it, seal it, label it, and put it in your reception envelope. The last section is for your professionals that likely own their own business or work independently. For these professionals, tips are generally not expected. However, when you want to recognize them for exceptional service, it's best to mail it after the wedding. So you should revisit this section after your wedding. Then you'll have a better idea of who you want to tip and how much. You could label another 9x6 envelope and mark it pros, so it'll kind of prompt you after your wedding to go ahead and do this. So for all of these pros, it's rare to tip them, but if you do, somewhere between $20 up to $200 per person. And you're looking at your bakery, your catering manager, the chef, your florist, the designer, photographer, videographer, the rental company, your wedding planner, or your coordinator. Here's the big tip. David Novak said that 60% of Americans are as motivated by recognition as they are by money. That means that your tips will have a bigger impact if they're coupled with recognition. It may be nice to include a thank you note, and all of them would appreciate an online review. The Knot, Wedding Wire, or Google seem to be the best places for wedding pros. Also keep in mind that if you plan to review in more than one place, it's best to say something a little different on each one, because search engines favor unique reviews and may actually reduce the business's ranking if there's repetition across multiple sites. Little tech insight there. My advice in this video is influenced by Emily Post's Wedding Etiquette and by local New Orleans wedding professionals who I asked directly what they tend to be tipped and what makes the biggest impact for them when it comes to tipping. Thank you for watching, and happy wedding planning.